Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Erin, but you can call me E. And today we're doing a Dollar Tree DIY, a flower wall. So a few months ago, I had posted a TikTok of me doing a flower wall and I just got so many questions about it. I was like, okay, this 1 minute video isn't gonna cut it. So let me break it down for y'all. So see how I turned this into this. Stay tuned. Before we get started, let's go over everything that you'll need. First thing that you'll need for sure is flowers. So these flowers came from the dollar store, and actually they're just the hanging decorations. You can find them on the party owl. They come in all different colors. I have pink, white, purple. Obviously they have red. Definitely make sure you know how big you want this to be before you go to the store and buy them. There's 2 in a pack, so you get 12, that's 24. The one behind me, I'm pretty sure I went to the store maybe 3 or 4 times because it just started growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how it's taking up my whole wall currently. So yeah, definitely measure out how big you want it to be before you go to the store. So that way you know kind of how much space you're trying to fill. After you have your flowers, before I move on, because this is important. I got my flowers from Family Dollar. Now, I went to Family Dollar and Dollar Tree though, because I figured they should have the same things, right? No. So here is Dollar Tree's flowers, and here is Family Dollar's flowers. So obviously one is brighter than the other one, so we're going with the bright. Family Dollar for the win, okay? After you have your flowers, same store, Family Dollar. I believe Family Dollar have these, it's not Dollar Tree. The white cardboards, get as many as you want. Today I'll be doing the flower wall with only 2. The one behind me is like 4.5, and that's why it's taking up the entire wall again. So yeah, make sure you kind of figure out how big you want this thing to get, and your DIY project will be successful and it won't be a hassle, because this one I was like, what did I get myself into? It didn't look this hard on TikTok. So yeah, there's that. Now the only thing that you may not be able to get from the dollar store is the type of glue, because you want to get a very strong glue. I didn't check there for glue because I already had a hot glue gun at home, but E6000, that's a good glue to use. Gorilla Glue, that's good glue to use as well. You know, you really want to get a sturdy, strong holding glue. Sorry, Elmer's, you're not gonna cut it for this project, baby, because you know, you were putting it on a wall, you're gonna stand it up, and we don't want flowers just falling down. First things first, we gotta get the flowers together. So when you take them out the pack, the first thing, they come out like this on both sides. The first thing you want to do is very simple, it's just time consuming. You're simply just pulling apart. And the cool thing, okay, so I was actually going to like not show y'all how I just ripped this up already, but I'm gonna show y'all how easy it is to mess it up because it is tissue, so you have to be gentle with it. The good thing about it is this is just my first one, so you're just gonna spin it around so that way you can't even tell that I ripped it. And we're just gonna be careful next time. You would be amazed at how many I ripped. So let me take my time on this one so that way I don't embarrass myself again. And you see I pulled from one side, now I'm pulling from the other side. And you're gonna wrap around the first one. And you do the next side. Like I said, it's time consuming. But it's also $1, so what do you expect? flower. If you don't mind, we'll pull it out some to make it look more flower-like. But here we are. And so we have to do all 12, so I'm gonna be back on that one. So I decided to go ahead and record this next one because I forgot to mention the string, because obviously, you know, it's essentially supposed to hang like this and it's supposed to be a ball. So it doesn't matter which side you pull from. I believe it just all depends on you. You can pull from the top side or you can pull from the bottom side, whichever one is easier, because remember they both pull out. But I do want to show you how you can make them smaller, because sometimes maybe if you're trying to do a name or something like that, some type of design, you're gonna need different sizes of the flowers, and you don't have to do any cutting or anything. It's just simply how you're twisting the paper. So we're gonna make a small one out of this purple. And all you're doing to make it small is just really wrapping it up tighter. So remember the last one, we kind of just kept pulling out and keeping them fluffed up. This one, the center one, you're always gonna wrap tight, but we're gonna continue to wrap it as tight as possible going around instead of letting it get larger and larger and larger. So. And don't be afraid if you like pull from one side twice. It happens all the time. You're like, wait, didn't I just get it from that side? It's okay. You just want to make sure at some point it kind of gets back even, because you don't want your flower to be fixated. You know, one side big, the other side small, or yeah. And notice how I keep like pulling them out. That's just so that way I have enough flour to kind of pull up, if that makes sense. Okay, and see now, we have a small purple one. And let me grab this. So here we go. If you're doing them this small, remember, that's gonna be the more that you have to do. So I have a few small ones behind me, but trust me, things go a lot smoother if you just go ahead and make them big. After I spent literally all day making these flowers, the first thing I wanted to do is actually almost like do a mock flower wall. So I grabbed my 2 poster boards, just put them next to each other. It doesn't matter what side because both sides are white. And I just started placing the flowers on the poster board to kind of make a design and see how it's going to look once I'm done. It's okay. See how this piece looks a little messed up? It's okay. We're going to finesse it so that way you can't tell that it's messed up. And here I am just placing them down just so that way I know once the hot glue gun comes into play, we got it all together. And once you get your design together, any extra flowers, you want to put them to the side so that way they don't get mixed up with the flowers that you're using. At the last minute, I decided that I wanted to spray paint my boards, only because if for any reason there was some white gaps, at least I can spray paint it silver so that way you can see a cute silver. Now it was hot, it's I don't know what outside, so don't mind it looking a little cray-cray, because this is what you get. At least it'll be somewhat silver in the back. So the first thing that I did was make sure that I taped the boards together. What I would suggest is actually putting hot glue down the middle and then putting the tape. I don't know why I didn't do it this time. Actually, I do know, because I thought I was doing the most. The last time I did a flower wall and I had glue and I had tape, and I was just like, this time I'm not going to OD. And come to find out, I really probably should have OD'd. And actually around the back, I ended up putting the tape around horizontally so that way kind of give it a little more reinforcement. So tape around the front and the back, hot glue the front and the back. And let's start gluing on the flowers. So we are just putting some hot glue on the center of the back of the flower. Is literally, I mean, there's no way you can miss where to glue it. Okay. Yeah. See? I actually decided to show y'all the little piece in the middle. And we just pretty much keep going. And I realized a little bit later on that I'm just grabbing flowers. I'm not even using, the format that we had laid out before actually spray painting and everything. Meech was acting crazy, so he had to come with me. And this was the point when I realized, like, wait, what design are you doing? Then I saw that I had a little diagonal thing going, so ran with that. And don't worry about little pieces that's messed up. By the time that we squish all the flowers together, you'll never notice. Okay, doing this last row. And once I was done, I realized that I could see at the bottom, and I didn't like that. That was pretty ghetto. So I just grabbed some rhinestone trim. This is for an 8-year-old girl's bedroom, so why not add a little razzle dazzle, I hot glued the rhinestone little trim on the bottom. I burnt myself a few times, but no pain, no gain, huh? And there we go. When I just held up the flower wall, I could see the gaps that I didn't want to see. So all I did was fluffed out the actual flowers, and then the outer layer of the flower, I just hot glued it down to the board. That way you can kind of fill as much space as you can. And here's our final project. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you have found some inspiration to create your own. Enjoy a look at some of the flower wall videos that I created on TikTok. Literally, the possibilities are endless. If you like this video, make sure you tap that like button below, leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Until next time, remember, stay bougie-ish.